There was this movie with I had auditioned for a lead role for Drive, I think. It's on Netflix. I think Sushant Singh Rajput played it there. Hi, this is Dhruv Sincro, actor, model, restaurateur, and an entrepreneur. And you are watching me on GoaTalks. So basically, I was always into acting. My first play was when I was in second standard. That was a full-length 1 hour play. And from there on, it was always my parents also motivated me in participating in theater or say elocution competition, and so the journey was there throughout my life. But taking acting as a career was later, maybe in the third year of engineering, I decided. My first as a professional was when I was in engineering, and I did one a Channel V daily show. It was Confessions of a Indian Teenager or something. That was my first as a professional actor, you can say, on a TV. So every role basically has its own challenges. There's nothing like an easy role as such, because once you start getting into it, then you face the challenges, like what can be this character's background. You can get trapped in a situation, which happens with most of the actors. But yeah, I mean, every role is a challenging role. Like even the smallest of the role, if you are getting into the details of it, it becomes challenging. So once you get the role, you always have a discussion with the director. You have your own questions about the background of the character, about his way of talking, about his nuances, small things. Then once the director gives you something, some a skeleton about the character, then you maybe start taking inspiration from the real life, people that you have met. Ki this person resembles the person I know. So you start maybe taking some references from that person, and then you can try amalgamating different characters. Like some parts of this, suppose it resembles you, or some part of it resembles you. I'll take both the characters and then put it in the acting, something like that. But first thought, there is always like a first thought. Like what we have been taught in acting is like the first thought you always cancel it out. Then you start working on the second thought. The first thing, like if it's an emotional scene, you cry. But wait, this is your first instinct of a character. What if he's not a crying person? There are different ways of people who show emotions differently. So again, you work on it. There are many. I mean, you can say Manoj Bajpayee is there. Nana Patekar is good. Subodh Bhave. Most of the Marathi actors are like very inspiring because their acting is amazing. Amizade, yeah, it's a Konkani movie. It's a story of four friends and then what happens with them. Like from a very fun-loving life and everything that happens with them, and then it goes to some another level, like when the shit hits ceiling. Can I say shit? Yeah, shit is fine. So yeah, so in that I played a character. He's like a angry young guy having his own issues at home, but with friends he's kind of the original self. But when he goes home, he's again having those type of issues. He's dealing with his life. At the same time, he values his friendship too much. It was that kind of a role, kind of a quite violent role. Kalki was through an audition. They had an audition in ESG. A friend of mine told me कि यहाँ पे हो रहा है जाके दे ले. And by the time it was what? This was in 2021. I shot for Kalki in 2021. So yeah, I gave the audition there, And by that time, I mean, you are used to giving so many auditions. You just give auditions and then forget. Initial stages of giving auditions, when you start giving auditions, you are like, sir, what is the update? What is the update? Then you get rejected. Then you feel very frustrated. But if it like, it was, I think I started in 2014. So till that time, it was 6, 7 years. So you get used to rejections and everything. So by that time, it was like, give the audition and forget about it and go for the next audition. So I gave the audition. This was in 2020, I think. The audition was in 2020. And then I forgot about it. And then I got a call from them saying, you need to give one more audition. So the first time it was not a script from the film. The second time it was script from the film. So this was my first like huge budget film, and I mean everybody on the since I have been doing theater, professional theater and all. I know what professionalism is like. Everybody is professional there. They won't come and chit chat with you. I mean, when you get into your costume and everything, when you have your call time, the AD comes and asks you, your shot is ready now. We have to start shooting. So that was the first time I met the director. And I was like, where is the director? And he was like, just standing in. I'm like, oh, sorry, sir. Like, I didn't realize because he's a very calm and uh, poised and very much, no, you will never know that he's just standing besides you. So he's that type of a guy. So he's like, Dhruv, nice, come, welcome. And then he made me sit, explain me what the character is, what the scene is. And then you rehearse. And then when the shot is properly ready, that's when the main character comes on set. And then you rehearse with her once, then and then you go for the take. That's it. I mean, what did I learn? Learned many things. I don't know. I mean, I learned how to speak in Telugu because I had to do first the scene in Hindi, then in Telugu. So yeah, that was a bit of a, you can say, challenging task. There was this movie with I had auditioned for a lead role for Drive, I think. It's a Netflix. I think Sushant Singh Rajput played it then. uh, I had done that. Then there was one more with John Abraham. Uh, I don't know the name, some sci-fi film. And so I have also auditioned a lot with Mukesh Chabra actually. Mukesh Chabra casting for a play, for ads. So it was always that, you crack the audition, then you go in the next stage, and then there are two people you have to choose from. They have to choose from. And it has always been the other guy kind of a thing. So yeah, it's kind of bit of frustrating experience also. But yeah, it's fun also. Yeah. So the scene is only that much, right? The director also, I mean, if the scene is so short, then the director will just give you what he needs from that scene. I mean, you don't have that much of time to prepare for what is his background and anything like that. Because for now, for that scene, nobody is interested in knowing what is the backstory of this guy. So he will come and tell you कि मुझे बस ये चाहिए. You give me this, aggression or uh, Turkigiri, whatever the. So you kind of give him like 3, 4 options. I can do this scene in this way, this way, this way. So then he's like, okay, keep this, but I want give me a little bit of more smile in this. Say this a bit faster. So I said the dialogue a bit slower the first time, and the when he cut the scene, he was like, he say the dialogue a bit faster. So yeah, that is how it goes. My brother is a 3D generalist, so I know what things happen with 3D and VFX things. But I had just seen it on YouTube, like how they shoot Marvel films or any other heavily loaded VFX films are shot. I had just seen it on YouTube. When I went there for the first time, I was like, oh, this is the exact thing that I had seen there. because the whole hangar is covered with green screen or a blue screen, and whichever part is required is only built. So a small set is built, and around that the VFX is generated, right? There are some auditions where you are not fit for the auditions, like you go there and they are like, your look is not fit for them. So you tend to get a lot of free time also in this industry, and it is a very frustrating time because half the auditions you are not fit, half the auditions you give and you are rejected. So there's a huge fight in your mind, ki, what am I doing here? 2014 when I started, you start with all very, high energy key, it's all the hard work. And then along the way, your perception towards life changes. Your perspective completely changes. Plus, you have stayed in a metro city like Mumbai, where the life is completely different than what you live in Mumbai, in Goa. The life is faster there. The life is very slow here. Life is quite materialistic there. Here, it's a very close knit community. The neighbors also know what you are up to. Whereas there, your neighbor has no idea who the neighbor is, first of all. Plus, the neighbors keep changing. You keep changing houses. I have become emotionally stronger. I used to get frustrated a lot. I have become more patient. I have learned how to detach from certain things if things don't work out. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of changes. I was not the same Dhruv that left 2014. Sincro Studios was started in 2020, August 26th, August 2020 to be specific. That's when my brother had come back from Canada, and then we were like, let's start our own thing. Since we were both from the same field, we were like, Goa doesn't have that kind of a production house. I mean, we can give Goa that kind of a production house where people can look up to the standard. We can put a benchmark on media that we produce. So that's how we came up. कि अपना कुछ करते हैं type. Let's do something of our own and get Goa on the map in VFX and media. We have done a lot of 3D and 2D animations. So there's this Netflix series. I forgot the name. How did I forget the name? Wait. Yeah. Indrani Mukherjee. There's a Netflix series of Indrani Mukherjee. For that title sequence, I think is done by my brother. Then there's this Lutere Hotstar. For that, we have done titling, some part of storyboarding. For Indrani Mukherjee, there was storyboarding we have done. Hotstar, some title sequence we have done. Then there's a whole 2D animation video for Anand Bhaskar Collective Band. For the whole, it's a 4-minute long song, and we did around, like, it's a frame by frame animation. It took us around 8.5 months to make the whole video. And then we came up with Mr. Busco ad, the Kafrial Burger ad. First thing I would like to say to everyone, whoever it is who is trying into acting, if there is no certain way to crack it, some things that have worked for me will not work for you. Secondly, if you don't have a financial backup, sort it out first. Get a job as an AD also. No matter what job you have, just get something that comes as a alternate source of income, because acting itself is very volatile industry. If you have work today, there is no guarantee from the next day onwards if you will get a job or not as an actor, because there are many factors that include getting you a job as an actor, because your look has to be approved by the director, by the producer. You have to have certain type of dialect. You have to have a certain type of look if you are not a recognized actor then. and be mentally strong. I mean, even if you spend after 10 years, I got this break. Almost 10 years. I mean, 2021 I shot it, but it released in 2024. So even till the time it released, I had not told anybody that I have worked in this film, because you never know what gets cut, what remains. Be positive always in this industry, no matter what. Hi, this is Dhruv Sincro. Thanks for watching me on It's Goa.